painting itself, I know even with myself, I paint in the evenings because it quiets the mind and it helps us focus. And
you feel free. For me, I feel free. I'm not free from my mind at any point in the day until I start painting.
Right. And so last night we prepared a couple of canvases just so that we can get this done within the allotted time kind of frame. But so we talk us through what we did real quick.
So here. We basically took black canvas and we used white and black gesso, and we also made some gray gesso, and we used a paper towel and just kind of blotted it out to make a forest scene. And you can see the black canvas, the white gesso, the black gesso, the gray gesso. And our next step is what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be putting this medium on, which is going to act like a glaze. And then we're going to use these colors. So there's Mars black, ivory black, phthalo green, or phthalo blue, sap green, cadmium yellow, yellow orchard, and titanium white. Okay. And we're going to finish this painting. So this was done like an acrylic base, and this is oil. So we're doing oil glazes over it.
Okay. I have to admit, the phthalo blue is one of my favorite colors to paint in. I'm more a bluescape kind of artist, so I look forward to putting this on. So yeah, so what do we need to do first?
All right, so this is the medium, and we're just gonna basically put it everywhere. So just load up your brush a lot, and what I do is I just kind of put dots everywhere on the canvas.
Okay.
Because we have to cover the entire canvas with it. And then once you have that, you just kind of start mixing it, like spreading it, an even spread. And what this is going to do is it's going to help the oil paint slide on the canvas better.
Okay.
When we do our wash on the canvas with the color. So you should have a nice even tone on it, and don't be afraid, like attack it. Not going to hurt it.
All right. So what time of day do you normally paint? Are you an evening painter like myself, or you paint certain particular times?
I'll paint during any time, really. Any time, especially if I'm too much in my head, too much going on. If I'm not going to an appointment or whatever, I'll paint.
Okay.
And it helps me to relax and escape. Clean your brush off a little. Now if you find, when you look at this, if the glow is just too much, you can just kind of give it a quick wipe across, because you don't want too much of that medium on there.
Right. Okay.
Now we are going to go into the phthalo blue, but you're not going to pick up very much. Very, very little, and you'll see why in a second.
Okay.
Like, see, there's almost nothing on there, right?
Right. Okay.
And then we're going to do the sky. And we're going to do it in X's. See, I have a lot on there, so I'm going to clean my brush a bit. X's to make it all go. And you'll notice where we have the white gesso, the blue comes out a lot brighter. And where we have the black gesso, it comes out less bright. If you have too much in one spot, you can spread it because of that medium we put on there.
Okay.
Nice X's. I'm going down to about halfway in the canvas. My cheap easels.
And what type of, you said you're mostly into the oil paintings?
I love oil painting. I find it more forgiving. I find it really nice to work with. So now, because it's kind of like an even tone of blue, I'm going to take a little bit of this Mars black, put it down here, take some blue, mix it in with it to make it a little darker. Not too much. And I'm just going to go, because the shading, right? You always want it to go kind of framed, right?
Right.
A nice round, kind of like framing it in. But see how vibrant that's looking already?
Yeah.
It's looking really, really good.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go with the green. Well, clean your brush off. Doesn't really matter because you're putting the green over the blue anyway, but a little bit of green. And we're gonna do the trees. Anywhere where you would expect to see foliage. And it's okay if it's spotty, it's okay if the blue shows through, because when you're in the forest, you do get the sky showing through here and there. Just a nice little hint of green here and there.
Now, with your painting style, are you a landscape artist mostly? Do you?
No, I'm more people, human form, figurative drawing, figurative painting. I do sculpting too, which I didn't bring a sculpture, but I have a few sculptures that I've done. And with this green, it's kind of very bright. Look at my thing is turning off. Are you good? So I'm gonna, again, add a little bit of black to it just to darken it in some places, because I don't want that green to be so bright.
Okay. And if someone who's looking to quiet their mind and carry on kind of stuff, how do you think they can get involved into painting?
Well, I think if they wanted to do it on their own, I think doing tutorials like how I started is a really nice, safe way to start, because you pick what you like and you can
Right.
you can work with it. We're going to bring this green right down to the bottom and across here. I'm going to darken it again.
Okay.
Okay. Note to self: choose a better easel.
All right. So if anybody's coming into painting, get a decent size easel.
Get a decent easel that doesn't move around.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
So see how the black and the darkening of the green on the sides really frames it, really brings it all together?
Yeah.
And it helps build depth for your forest, because that's what we're doing. We're making like this forest, right?
Right.
So you want to have the feeling of walking in the forest.